How are we doing? Let's remove them headphones. How are we doing, peeps? Are we all right? Let me just organise the link from here. How you doing? Had a good weekend, I hope. I'm just gonna share that. If I just do that. What we on? Thank you very much for tuning in. Yes, peeps. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. That never works, does it? We're on Children's Matter.news here on YouTube. Big hi to Katie and all the affiliates. We're also on Children's Matter.news on Facebook and also Children's Matter.news on Twitch. So get on that. Kind of multi-streaming. And I'm also in the process of putting it on my two Facebooks, at least the link anyway. Just an update, guys. Just an update. I've been speaking to Ian. Oh, look, see, I can't. Multitasking, never good. Never good. There we go. Stick that in there. Will that show up there? Hopefully it will. So, yes, I've been speaking to Ian Oka via WhatsApp. Everyone's been celebrating one thing or another, and I hope you've had good celebrations, whatever you've been up to. Whatever you've been up to. Yes, we've got someone in. Amanda Julie McCarkle. Yes, how we doing, Amanda? Good to see you. Thank you for taking the time out. Hope you've had a great weekend, whatever you've been doing. This elongated weekend. Bit mad, innit? I actually lost track of days because yesterday I thought was Sunday. So, to my brilliant surprise, the wife informed me, no, it's actually Saturday. You know that feeling when someone's just give you 24 hours? Ah. So, I hope you've had a good time, whether you've been partying at home or you've took the time to get out of Dodge and go and do something. Hi, none but ourselves can be free, our minds. Yes, in Bry, hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you very much for that. Yes, passing positive energy back to you, sir or madam. Yes, we're doing well. We're getting used to the climate here, resettling back into our lives, as it were. Everything's fine. We've had a decent weekend. We've all managed to do our own little bit, but chilled at the same time. So, yes, we're all in a good space up here in the north. So, yeah, thank you very much for that. Brother. Yes, brother. Yes, brother, say no more. Got to get it right. Thank you very much, Amanda. Well done. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad life is treating you well and managing to bounce through all this negativity if you let it happen to you. You know what I mean? Yes, all in chat. Thank you very much to those who are just perusing through. Don't want to comment. Hi to you as well. Don't want to kind of disregard you in any way. Thank you very much for you all taking the time out for this. So, just a bit of an update, really. If people have been watching my content on Facebook as well as me coming on here, they know really what I've been talking about, if I've been talking about anything, is what has been going on in Hull. Particularly with United Hull against Grooming, particularly talking about their plight since I covered it. I think it was in March, was it? You know, got a good connection going with Ian and listening at the survivors, listening to the stories, what they're talking about, and hearing the disappointment must have been with the operation that was conducted in Hull called Operation Marksman, which was kind of closed down, really. No evidence the usual stuff. Don't want to run through too much of it at this moment in time because there will be time to discuss it in further. I will be talking with Ian on Tuesday. He's the founder of United Hull Against Grooming, and hopefully he'll be able to just update us as to what's been going on there, because I do want to follow that place really closely. Like I say, my content is a bit sporadic at the moment. In terms of online, I'm kind of living my life, and I'll just come in every now and then. But if I am going to come in, I'll try and make it either for kind of light-hearted fun purposes or for a proper cause. And particularly at the moment, I thought a brilliant idea would be to have a personal challenge and interject that with great causes. And so there will be a ride, as you all know, coming up on the 24th of June. So I'll be talking more with Ian on that. But what I wanted to really cover tonight, just for a short while, guys, because I know your weekend is diminishing. I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I did want to cover an update from Ian. We were talking about the end line, the finish point, and Ian had brought it up in a text to me that there may be someone organising like a fun day, an event. There was nothing finalised, but he's managed. Yes, Mike, how we doing, sir? Good to see you, mate. Hopefully you went to the parlour and feeling much better. You know what I mean? Yes, so we got talking about that really, and he got back to me, and a massive update. It's a really good and exciting update, but somewhat sober for me as well, because it kind of makes it a bit more serious. Not that I wasn't taking it seriously, but if there was any time where there's no going back, there's kind of no going back now. And but that's in a good way, because that is inspiring me to make sure I do me justice, and whoever I'm representing, I do justice on this little challenge, which will be a ride to Hull. But initially, it will be done over a 24-hour period. So the first step on the first day is riding 5 hours, 5 or so hours. I've got the route already mapped out. It may change, depends what I confront, to the campsite where I'll be setting up camp for the night and intermittently coming in and out with streams. And so I'll be informing people through my Facebook on Red Pill Phil. Please share and like if you see it, just to share the information. I'll try and give like hour bulletins, 90-minute bulletins as I'm going, depending on how things go. Looking at today's weather has made it a bit sobering as well. Oh man, but it is what it is. I am dressed for all weathers, so that should be good. But he's managed to get confirmation. Oh, wrong one. That's the other charity, and that's another event. He's managed to get confirmation. Let me get rid of this comment. Okay, Mike. Yes, mate. And this is what's happening. Tabletop sale and barbecue at the new Trinity Club, which is 261 South Coates Lane, HUN 3TS. That's HUN 3TS. The event's going to be going from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's going to be a barbecue from midday. Says here, Red Pill will be arriving from his Manchester to Hull sponsored bike ride in aid of United Hull and Ethan's journey around 4 p.m. Now, what's accurate there is Red Phil, because I will be red, won't I? I'll either going to be red in the face and all flushed out, or I'm going to be full of cuts and bruises. So I think the red bit is probably the most accurate. As for the time, it depends on what time I leave. I probably will get there earlier if the itinerary goes to plan. I've just had another little look at the route. And to this place here, 261 South Coats, if all goes well, it should be like kind of 3-4 hours maximum. But depending on one, how my legs are, because I've already had 5 hours of it the day before. And two, just the conditions and the terrain and whatever else. Who knows what it may add on, or it may give me something back with wind speed. Who knows? I'm looking forward to it. And I'm absolutely overwhelmed and buzzing that these guys have organised this and kind of intermingle it. This is for the greater cause, as we know. It's not just about me riding. This is about getting justice for the survivors in Hull. People should really look into what's gone on in Hull, particularly Operation Marksman as well. There's many survivors out there, but I don't believe there's been any charges brought against the people that were initially arrested. And when you consider how many devices, how much forensic activity went on, how much testimony, how much questioning, and they've not come up with anything, which is indicative. It's sad to say, it's a sad state of affairs where there does seem to be a little bit of PC thrown in with this. There's a bigger talking point that should spill from this that happens not only here in Hull, but as we also know, Telford, Rochdale, you name it. There's cities up and down the country. There is a network, whether it actually links or not. People, we can only surmise. Don't want to fill in too many blanks, but this is the bigger, broader picture of it. That for me, they don't want to establish, and I think acknowledgement of this very problem to the degree that a lot of people talk about and realise themselves with their own bit of research. It's mind-boggling potentially how big this could be. So with Hull, I'm all up for giving them support. I went up in March, followed their event, and I've been kind of semi-close contact with Ian. And he's going to be coming on Tuesday and fill us in on any more details. Same with Donna, Ethan's journey to recover it. That is another great cause which I want to represent with this as well. Not managed to sort out any link as opposed to donating. Hopefully we'll get that sorted pretty quickly. It's somehow changed now because the charity status, there's been a delay in the process of Ethan's family, i.e. mother and father, getting the charity status, which they deserve, because all they want to do is to be able to help families that went through exactly what they went through. Now, that help and support probably comes in many facets. They probably could tell you better themselves exactly. I'm hoping at some point to be able to have a chat with at least one or both of the parents, particularly with Ethan, how they felt with the whole kind of 9 yards, just listen to the whole story, really. But that's for later on down the line. So, yeah, that is currently what is going on. That is the big update, really. Tabletop Sale Barbecue, New Trinity Club, 261 South Coast Lane, HUN 3TS, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. There's a barbecue from midday. Like I say, it's going to be trying to coincide with me arriving, hopefully in one piece, hopefully on my bike, not on a stretcher, not with blue flashing lights. You know what I mean? I just hope it's all done properly. And if people wish to have a stall table, I guess to sell bits, to give out information, whatever way you want to kind of utilize that table. I'm very tempted myself to get that table and bloody get my head down on it as soon as I get it. So I'm probably going to need to. So this is all becoming very real with this. But thanks again to Ian. Thank you very much again to all who has organised this, all who's got a kind of an eye on the development of this and trying to share it, try to like it, try to make sure that this try and gets out to as many people as possible, really, because I am hoping that this will be one of many different little challenges, little events maybe, just whatever, just to use as a fundraiser, but also get awareness, but also to have some fun. I think it's a slight change on probably just standing in street corners and outside town halls and governmental buildings and walking around the street corners where people are looking at you. Actually getting out and about. One thing I really did enjoy. I'm missing some comments. Yes, yes, Leslie. How we doing? How we doing? Good to see you. Hope you've had a good weekend. Yes, BB Sniper. Yes. How we doing? Don't have transport to get there. Oh, mate. Well, honestly, I don't want to kind of put obligations on people. If you can get there, get there. However you can get there, I guess get there. That'd be great. Initially, I guess this is probably addressing to just local people, but if people have got the facility to travel and get down there, if you're in a neighbouring city, a town, and you can get yourself down there for just an hour or whatever, if you're passing through, then, make your way down there. If not, this will be fully documented, BB. So some point it will be coming on here. Probably more live on the Facebook, but it will be hard recorded as well. It'll be broke down into little bits and be able to, re-upload the actual day, the event, speak to hopefully a few people there as well. The reasons why they've turned up, why they're putting their support behind Hull, behind United Hull against grooming. You know what I mean? What does it mean for them? What do they know about the whole situation? So there's much dynamics to be gained from this, and it's all stemmed from a kind of stupid little bike ride, really. But this is what I kind of want to do in the future. Sit here rambling, getting mad, and, winding myself up, and the pet's thinking, I better get out of here before he gets off the stream because he don't look in a good place. You know what I mean? Get out there. Maybe the next time there will be bigger events, events to invite people to, challenges to invite other people to jump on board. But, either way, I think it's all for a massively, two massive causes, really. And one other thing I really want to mention, let me get, right, let me get this one up first. Get rid of that. So if you've just jumped on, guys, hi all. You all right? You all right? How we doing? Yes, Leslie. Yes, BB. And all the others that have just jumped on. Honestly, I'm absolutely buzzing that you took the time out. Just looking a bit preoccupied because I'm trying to share something here. What do I want to share? I would like to share that. Right. Right, initially, when I actually first got sent this link, this is the original United Hull solicitors fees for survivors. That's what they set up, and I think it gives you more information when it was set up. It's quite a few weeks old. And I remember talking about it at the time, and it was on £520. I remember thinking, all right, that's nice, that, because it'd only been set up a short period. So I'm looking now, and it's jumped up to 915. So that is amazing. When you consider what we're all going through. What we're all going through. In many ways, I do feel blessed because I was saying this to Yvonne on the phone the other day. A lot of the hardships that you're hearing, which will be inevitable with a lot of people, we are, as a family, managing to circumnavigate it. Not saying we're out the woods. I'm not saying we're doing all right. We're not. We're a family that is skint as a family, but we're managing to still get by and do what we want to and be able to do as it is now. But that doesn't mean to say things are not going to get worse for me. But what I am saying is I do appreciate people that currently have lost their jobs, months ago lost their jobs with what had gone on, not quite found the feet. There's not a lot of work out there, and this, that, and the other. There's a multitude of people that little change in financial circumstances, that rise or drop, however you want to put it, because it affects you in both ways if you look at it that way, is it'll affect the lower income a hell of a lot more. So I do appreciate when you organize things like this, and I don't want to be not realizing that this is not going to be easy just to get people, because people are finding it hard as it is. But what I do get from this is the kind of community spirit, the feeling within people that if we do things positively, we can try and work through them. If we can help with funds, we can try and do it. If we can help in this way, we can try and do it. And I think there'll always be a core of people that will be prepared, although there has been a lot of negative activity with people doing that in the past as well. So this does become a bit sticky. Personally, I don't want to touch any of this. This is just going straight to the people concerned. So I'm massively appreciative to people, anyone that's donated whatever they could, whether it be £1, whatever the minimum is, so whatever you can donate, and even if you can't, there's no bad feeling, there's no obligation that you should be, but then maybe if you could share it, if you could like it, whatever, to lift the rating, lift the likability of it, so people, it then attracts other people to the argument of Hull, and the argument for people that are in situations like Ethan and his family were found. When Ethan, I think I would almost certainly say out the blue, they didn't realise it as a family. It developed a rare form of cancer, I think like stroke leukemia, which you can imagine. I think he was only 4 at the time. And I do believe he's rung the bell. He's gone into remission. He's got a love of trucks, and he's got a spirit as big as a lion. So you kind of celebrate that. I kind of found out about Ethan and his family from Donna Proctor, a very good friend to the channel. Been on here a couple of times. She spoke to me about the good causes that she's moved to, away from all the crap in the so-called movement, as most rational people will do along their journey. She then talks about Ethan's journey to recovery, his story, so then it just seemed a no-brainer, really, that one, just to like and share what's going on. I've joined the group, and the positive side aspects of it is love for trucks. I mean, they're going to organise, hopefully, I don't know whether this has been put off, but there's due in the later time of the year, where there's going to be a truck show. I think in aid of Ethan, and all money's raised. So there's positive energy there, and it's literally, when the establishment let you down, when they kind of overlook your situation, and it's just nice to know that we can kind of use this online ability for the greater good, rather than coming on doing this, blah blah blah. Have a bit of fun, have a crack, because we all need a lot of that as well, particularly right now. We all need to be able to smile when we come online, as well as be informed, which is only going to kind of take our energy down a little bit. So we've got to have something to be able to kind of evaluate and level yourself out. I mean, I'm not trying to patronize or condescend anyone here, but we all know the ups and downs of online. So yeah, that's where the ride comes in. The ups and downs, as in the ups and downs of doing the bleeding thing. But the good part of it is having a buzz, roaming on my bike, which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be somewhat precarious in some areas, but I'm looking forward to the adventure. I've not done a ride for that long in a continuous way, so that's going to be exciting. Going to be many different sites. I've not been over that way on a bike before, so it'll be interesting to see it from that perspective. And just the down part of it, what the down part is probably feeling the pain and the pinch of it, but the good causes, what it represents, and the idea, you know, people coming together. This is one idea. Could be done in so many different ways on a bigger level next time. And I'm hoping that the next one will be able to invite, and basically, I'll need help on a bigger circle to be able to do a bigger event. You know, there's many skills that will be required in terms of organising events, and no editing, interviewing, you know, maybe even bike riding, but organising, you know, it's a scary prospect, a lot of communicating. And so, yeah, this is where other people will come in handy. But to be fair, the help Ian and Donna and the help Kate is providing now by just letting, you know, these streams come out and obviously just giving access to her channel. So that's where we're at. I'll just put this up one more time. Tabletop Sail and Barbecue, New Trinity Club, 261 South Coates Lane, HUN 3TS, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. It's going to be mint. It's going to be mint. And one thing, sorry, I knew there was something rattling around my head. You forgot something here. You've not mentioned something here. I'm thanking people who've donated on this whole action against grooming, right? What I really would like to do also, take that out of there, is to give a massive thank you to the people that have donated to the one I've set up. This is where it's at currently. Now, I'm overwhelmed, to be honest with you, because I've not even started it yet, and I've not even properly done the rounds to collect money. I've just done a couple of videos, spoke about it online, and you know, I wanted to put a low-ish goal. Didn't want to make anyone feel obligated. Whatever gets put in will get put in. If I can jump over the £200 limit, then that would please me and the people of Hull greatly. But bear in mind, there are going to be, there is another great cause which I've yet to provide a kind of a donatable link to. So I do apologise with that. Just trying to work out probably the best way of doing that, whether it's going to be through GoFundMe or something else. So I'm hoping I'm going to have that box by Tuesday, because I'm hoping on Tuesday to do a stream on this channel on all three of these. Like tonight, I'm going to be having Ian Okion from Hull, United Hull against grooming, and also going to be having Donna Proctor, who I'm hoping maybe be able to give slight updates on Ethan, the family, and how they feel about this, and whatever they could provide in terms of the financial link or the best place for any funds raised, how to kind of donate it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But with this, I'm kind of overwhelmed, buzzing, proud, kind of feel a little bit nervous now, because people have put they're out there in cash, and with that, they're putting faith into what, one, they're putting the money into, and two, what you're doing. You know what I mean? And it's a big ask, isn't it? It's a big ask, because, you know, I'm not here kind of taking it for granted that people are just going to put in the pot. People, in many ways, are sick of putting into the pot. You know, everyone's got their hand out for one thing or another, and So it's terrible, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's the last thing I want to do. That's why I started all my channels, and I've not earned any money from them. In fact, my channels have cost me money, big time. Just like this, doing this is going to cost me. It's cost me a day off, which I don't mind. It's cost me a night at a campsite, which I don't mind. It's cost me the expenses of the day in terms of bits of food and probably petrol for the car for my mate to drive the support car. And if we want to go there, probably the cost of the bike and me bike getting serviced, particularly getting me tyres changed. But if I evaluate that, then it'd be enough to go, I'm not bleeding doing that. But it's just a measure of one, how much I want to do it. Two, then if I can afford it, do it. If I can kind of do an event that has a real good kind of positive aspects and raising money for the right causes in the right way, then fucking do it, you know? I could say if I only come on here a couple of times, then if it's to do something like this and really good causes to kind of help people on different levels, depending on what I go on in, you know, don't mean to say the next one is going to be about this. It could be about anything, you know, mental health, homeless. I really want to do something to raise money for that. And there'll be other great causes. There's so many in there because life is not great for everyone. You know, there's some people in need these times now that are prospering, that are just standing idle, watching the money, having a good time with it, and not really looking down, not really looking and helping people around them. So fuck it, fuck it. But I tell you what is great, right? When you send the link to people and you get people that'll just help you. Now, I only initially sent it to a few key people through WhatsApp, the actual link. Now, it wasn't to kind of guilt them into putting their hand in the pocket. If they just shared it, that'd be mint. But some went further. So, I mean, I don't want to kind of drop too many names, but will it let me scroll down on this? All right. Well, Anonymous, thank you very much. Michael, thank you. Mike Oker, thank you very much. Charlotte Patrick, thank you very much. Here we go. Tony Watson, which I think I've got a fair idea who that is. Thank you very much, Tony. Janice, Anonymous, again, thank you very much. I mean, these are all sizable donations. I've got to big you up. Thank you very much, because I know things ain't, you know, things are tight for us all. Tony Stanbury, again, thank you very much. John Hepton, thank you. Bless you very much. And Leslie B, thank you very much. Thank you. I kind of surmise when I'm looking at some of these names, I know. And there was no obligation on anyone, honestly. If they share it, and if people are interested in the cause, if people are interested in what it's all about, I'm generally trying to help in whatever way, you know, then they'll gravitate towards it. That's really how I try and play it. Don't want to force it down people that, you know, if you don't put in, you're not putting in, then, you know, you're not really contributing. No, because in many ways, people can help in so many different ways. I've had many people like Leslie, like Ginger, like Dolly, like Rob, like Katie, like Sharon, like Brick Girl, that I very rarely see. Well, I mean, I've met Katie a few times, as we know. Never met Rob, met Dolly because she lives up the road from me. I've met Brick Girl a couple of times. I've met Tony, I think, twice. Other than that, all the rest, Ginger, all the rest, I've never met them. Never, ever met them. But you get a bond online. And when you know you can trust, and that trust is kind of give back, that, you know, if you need help, you need support, you need sharing stuff, we all kind of are there for one another. So it's a nice little circle. So probably rambling, just really appreciative for everyone helping out with this. If I reach that goal, I will be more than happy. You know, we'll see where we go. We'll see where we go. Let's get back to comments. Evening. Evening all. What route are you doing? You going? Right. Well, hopefully we won't get any kind of strike. Let me go back to that. Get rid of that. And go back to that. Go back to that. And there we go. Was it that one? Might be that one, but that's a bit of a cheeky monkey one. Bit of a cheeky monkey. That one's going through Huddersfield. And this one is kind of going up, through, round. But like I say, there could be an element where things may change. It's a question of taking my time. What I will tell you is the first bit, going up to Hyde, going through Denton, Hyde, Mottram, Hollingworth, Hadfield. Anyone knows that area, you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going like that, straight up. Woodhead Pass, honestly, going right up there, look, right up onto the hills. Right up. 5 hours, 29 minutes, 59.9. Parkhead. So, don't know what I'm going to see. It's going to be interesting what I'm going to see, because see, there's little pockets, but you know, there's a lot of nothingness as well, like, you know, so it's going to be an interesting ride. Oh, Yorkshire Sculpture Park, look at that. Look at that. If that's signposted, if I can, I might even divert. If I see anything interesting that's worth a divert, if it's not going to take me too off the beaten track, because I do want to get there and I don't want to overcycle on the first day either. But that's the route going. Where else we going there? See, you all might know this route. I've never done it on a bike before, so it's going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting. Let's see what more kind of expanse of nothingness. So I'm just hoping the weather plays fair. Burt's Barrow. So who knows what I'm going to see along the way. There's going to be many different things. And that's in many ways why I'm kind of looking forward to this. It's the spontaneity part of it. And who knows, you know, should be able to get out of it, get through it. But what you're going to see, it's not preordained. There'll be many things that will catch my eye, that will kind of make me stop and kind of look, take a photograph, video it, or whatever. And that, on a journey level, that is, you know, rather than sitting in the car, you kind of don't expect anything until you get there. You might go up out the window every now and then, but so I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the prospects of that. Yes, Lee, how we doing, mate? Should be good fun. Here we go. 25 to 30 miles a day cycling. Yes, mate. Yes. Where are you going? the actual end result, well, it's going to be 60 miles, 59 on the first day, and then the next day is not as much. But I'm going to Hull. It's a Manchester ride to Hull, mate. Manchester to Hull on my bike. Going to be mainly road. There's not many cycle paths. Same again, if I can jump off the road and jump on a cycle path that can re-divert me, I don't want to be going off. Then I'll try and do it. Any canalways, anything that will kind of keep me on course. But the idea is to go to the campsite on the first night, which will be Friday the 24th of June. And then from there, I'll be staying overnight with a friend who's hopefully going to follow me in a support vehicle and bring up the other little bits that I might need. Then the following day, pack down. He's going to throw all the gear in the car. I'm going to get myself off. And the end result, the end location, is going to be there, my friend. New Trinity Club 261 South Coats Lane, HU9 3TS. Now, this is a full kind of fun day that's been set up. There's a barbecue. There's a chance for people to set up a stall. If you get in touch, let me have a look with that comment. It does say with Ian, doesn't it? With Ian and Tracy, is it? Yes, Tracy Turner via the website, and all the information's there. So if you fancy setting up something there for that day, why not? Why not indeed? If you're arty and crafty, you want to set your little wares up, it's only cheap for the day, innit? Be good. Hopefully there'll be a good turnout. I'm going to come at some point. Don't know what time. Could be dark. Could be limping. Could have no bike. Could be on a stretcher. Could be getting dragged. Who knows? There's many ways I could actually get there, but I will be getting there. And it's going to be an interesting one. Really looking forward to it. It's the first time I've done anything like this. So there's a part of me that's like, but going to get into it. Got the bike prepared, got it all serviced, got the road tyres fitted to it. So the bike's all fully tuned and ready to go. I tested it on new tyres because the thinner tyres now than all-terrain tyres. Man, so much different. Hence why they're called road tyres. Phil, you know what I mean? It's not hard, is it, Phil? So it'll be cool. I'm set up. I'm going to be knackered. My calves are going to be rock hard. You're going to be able to play the steel drums on my calves. You know what I mean? I know it, but it's well worth it. I'm hoping when I get there to the end place, this New Trinity Club 261 South Coats Lane, HU9 3TS, hopefully when I get there, I'm still in one piece that I can actually conduct a conversation, and it's not for you know what I mean? Who knows? It's gonna be fun. Who knows? Who knows what scrapes I'm gonna get into? Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm not gonna get chased by any wild animals. Hopefully, I'm not going to get chased by a man in a shotgun with a shotgun, tweeds, and a flat cap either. So, you know, there's so much. Yes, but thank you. It'll be right. It'll be right. Shouldn't have a problem, should I? You know what I mean? If I pace it out, like I say, the first hour and a half is going up. So I'm not looking at breaking any records here. If a certain map tells me a certain time, I'm not trying to beat it. I've got nothing to prove. Me getting there is good enough. If the map tells me one time and I arrive a little bit manana, I can deal with that. At least I won't be going straight to my doctors. You know what I mean? So I've got to consider that. I ain't messing about. Nice breezy ride. I mean, I'm not going to be too casual because I want to get there, you know. But I'm not there with Mr. Macho Man, yeah, and I'll slash an hour off that. Yeah, we know where that'll end up, don't we? So it's going to be a responsible, rational, well thought out. And this is so going to come back on me with me saying, I'm going to end up with feels like some guy like, Jesus Christ. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But I'm going to have Ian um, on Tuesday with Donna, and we can talk about it more. We can catch up with whatever they've been up to. We can certainly get developments on what is going on in Hull. He did say that he's got some really positive, proactive developments going. So it'd be interesting to see what he's saying there. You know what you need at the end, ice, ice, baby, Manly. You're right, aren't you? An ice bath or something like that. I know, just to get some recovery going on. So honestly, it's going to ache in it. I mean, let's face it. And you guys are not going to see it either. It's the wife that's going to see it. You guys, it's going to be offline. I'm not going to cry like a bitch online. I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'll be all right. Don't worry. I'll just go. Soon as that car door shuts, the bike's in the back. Because I'm not riding home. Get me that. Let's get out there right now. I'm only riding to the campsite to this event. There's no riding back home. You know what I mean? I ain't Superman. I ain't got no cape on. So that can't happen. My legs can only take so much. You know what I mean? Probably taking 15 years off my life by doing this cycle race, but I'm prepared to do it. So don't ask for too much. You know what I mean? Riding back. Say. So no. But I can see when I do get back, there's going to be no online. I'm just going to die in kind of in seclusion. You won't know about it. You'll just maybe see my name in the obituary. Red Pill Phil. His last moments was a bike ride that he thought was the right idea, but his body told him otherwise. Well, it's worth it. One, to breathe, get out there, see the world. Two, for great causes. Three, to meet people in a like-minded situation that just want to attach something to positive kind of causes, proactive, productive. My God. What day is it on, Phil? It's on the 24th of June, which is a Friday. And then obviously I'm going to get to Hull on the Saturday because I'll be staying at the campsite Friday night. So this is where the little streams and stuff will come in, because what I'm planning on doing is doing sections of the ride, and then maybe when I'm in a particular spot, might be of interest, or I might just because I've got to up the top of the hill or something. I don't know. I'm going to stream. So there's probably going to be about 3, possibly 4 streams. Excuse me, with the journey going up. And then it'll be the same again the following day, like every hour or so, or depending on how things fly with where I'm at. I'll probably do it every hour or so-ish, but a stream just to check in, let you know how much further down the road, let you know what will go on in on that hour, and possibly what I've just noticed to expect coming forward, or any health issues or whatever, if you need to call an ambulance. Tell me why to come with a blanket. Oh, for God's sake, why did I agree to this? Do it. Do it. You don't want to make yourself look like a pussy online, Phil. You've said it now, Phil. You're going to do it. Oh, God. So that is it. There you go. Oh, it's not you, the idiots on the road to be aware of. Oh, yeah. Well, there is that, mate. And you always get it. There's always this battle with cyclists and drivers. But I think by and large, people probably overcompensate when they're passing. They like give you like proper car's width. And, some walk past you and like, dude, just pass. It's no bigger. But you do get the odd one that'll just roar past you and, whatever, whether because they're not in a good place at that moment in time, whether you might be genuinely taking up a bit of room and they're just handling it badly, whether they just got this thing about cyclists, because I do know a lot of car drivers just hate cyclists. It's like, if you attach that to colour, you'd be a full-on racist. I just hate black people. I just hate white people. I just hate cyclists. Doesn't make sense. There's plenty of good cyclists. There's plenty of dickhead cyclists that'll just go down. There's plenty who go on the electric little motor scooters. There's plenty of dickhead drivers who sit in their little cocoon, think they're safe, so start doing all kinds of shit while they're driving and weaving in and out the place, don't indicate, don't bother being considerate. So there's dickheads up and down, isn't there? I think that's what it really boils down to. So, I don't anticipate, but there's no road rage shizzle going on. You know what I mean? Don't need any of that. Bloody hell. They're not racist, they're cyclists. I know, innit? I know. It's mad though, innit? Because it's right. I hate cyclists. And what a stupid, redundant thing to say. You might disagree with someone who's been on a cycle. They might have been snobbish, they might have been arrogant, they might have flipped you off. I get it. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse, there's no need. Let's all love each other. But then people kind of have this thing. My wife's told me she's got guys, whether they be guys or girls, they hate cyclists. You know what I mean? So, well, how can you say that? If I hate everyone in the car, then that's shit, innit? There's no good guy in there. There's no kind of considerate driver in there. So it's like one of them, why? You don't, So if you used to transfer that to colour, then you'd be wearing a hood of some kind, wouldn't you? Whether it's the whatever side you're freaking batting against, it's like, we've got enough of that divide shit. Let's all be on the road together. Oh, that ain't gonna happen. Big, get off the road, you dickhead. Oh, God. Be right, man. Be right. Be right. It's proper crazy. It can be on the roads. It can be, depending on the road. If there's enough room on it, and if you've got a cycle lane, it always helps, but it's not everywhere, is it? There's only certain key areas. So, yeah, I mean, for me, the precarious one is going uphill. Because when you're going uphill, you tend to kind of slightly zigzag going uphill. You can't help it to go up in a straight line, particularly if the road's bending and doing its own thing as well. So you've got to be aware of that as a driver and as a cyclist when you're coming out, because you'll be coming in and out slightly. You kind of can't help it. And avoiding grids. Some of the grids are fucked in this country. And honestly, if you go into a grid, you're dropping into the fucking 18th century, you'll be gone. Like some tiny little catch will suck you up. The big, the vast, the dirty, and you don't want to go down there. So some of them, because of the buses, mash them up every time they drive over them. You end up having to, on a certain main road, I do it every day, there's like 6 or 7 grids, and they're all like 30, 40 yards apart. But you end up having to come out because they're that sunken. You're not going to mash up your bike. You're not going to fall off the bike because you've ridden into it. So so same again to a car rider that thinks, it's not idea. But so you kind of got to be wary. So I'm hoping We all love each other, have consideration, you know what I mean? Bit of health and safety going on in the right areas. That hopefully none of that will be an issue. Just be able to ride, chill, and yeah, everyone can be good, nice. But who knows? Who knows? You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. There is an element of that with being cautious, overcautious. I mean, it depends on the context in which you meant it. Um, just doing the right thing, innit? I try and when I'm cycling, I might do the odd cheeky little thing. I'll say that, but I try not to get involved. You know, um, we've all got to kind of move from one place to another, haven't we? There's no point in kind of coming out you owning the road or you then kicking out because you feel you got violated. Man, there's so many times you get violated, and I don't mean sexually either, not in my case anyway, but on the road, dickheads turning just as they pulled in front of you and, getting, when they're pulling up to the lights, they've just pulled in front of you, they pull up to the lights, so they pull up, squeeze right up against, when they've got another good foot and a half if they want to get to the lines, but because they're doing that, you can't get, and it's like, a lot of drivers they don't think of other people. And that's probably a bit of a lesson. Parking on the corner of pavements where prams should be allowed with the flat edging to be able to get up onto. No, you'll get lazy ass drivers that will, because they want to park the car there. They can't be bothered walking 20 yards where it will be legitimately parked. No, I'll park over this corner bit. But by doing that, it means anyone with a pram now has to walk round the fucking car on a road. So drivers, drivers ain't the good guys. Truckers, it depends. Good and bad. There's good and bad with us all. I don't want to kind of do that. But, I do see some stupid behaviour. But you know what? I'll tell you something. As a pedestrian, or as a cyclist witnessing pedestrians are probably the dumbest people going. And I don't mean that in a really kind of castigating way, but in a sobering way. Dumb. No spatial awareness. Very, very rarely are, let me word it right, very rarely are probably just under the majority of people looking where they're actually walking. I notice that all the time. Most of the time, it's because of the devices that they're holding, but it's not always. People are not spatially astute and aware of what's around them, so they don't look up when they're walking. They'll look down. They'll be on the phone. They're covering 30, 40 yards whilst they're on the phone. One, they don't even realise that they're zigzagging all over the place. But two, if I wanted that phone, it's gone. Fuck all you can do about it because you didn't even see it coming. If I wanted that bag, fuck all you can do about it because you didn't see it coming. Not that I'm criminally minded, but I have to say, when I look at the stupefied element of people walking up and down the street, how they seem to think that because they're on the phone, they're not out in public, where there is an element of vulnerability there. I'm not saying watch everyone like they're going to rob you either, but at least look where you're going. That might be a start. Because honestly, crazy. Yeah, definitely. Well, there's not enough money being invested in roads, is there? And as quick as they're doing it, it's just getting damaged again. There's so many roads that are terrible. They're not being kind of done. But yeah, I'm seeing sections of the M60 that's now been shut off now been brought to 50 mile an hour average speed. So it's going to be a repeat of what you see in Birmingham, where fuck all got done for years, but everyone had to slow their asses down moving through Birmingham to be what kind of coaxed into paying toll prices over there. But it's crazy, absolutely crazy, the state of the roads and getting about. They've only just done this section of Hyde Road, which I travel on. They've opened it out a little bit, which has alleviated something. It's done a lot, but the roads generally. But I will say this: where I live as well, the roads, there's a lot of them that are Terrace streets, Victorian streets. So it's like, you know what I mean? If you're going to move with modern times, with people with multi vehicles in the household and, you know, vans and whatnot, you need some kind of money put into that, don't you? You know what I mean? But that would be money maybe put towards prosperity of people, wouldn't it? I don't want to rant. Don't want to rant because it could go on and on. Fly ticket. Where do you go with that one? That could be an half an hour on its own, couldn't it? If you're ever passing south of Sheffield, pop in for a cuppa and a recharge if needed, Phil. Always welcome. We'll say thank you very much. Thank you very much. That might be needed. That might be needed. But like I say, when you look at it like this, there's many different ways of doing things now, isn't there? There's many different events that you can kind of just be able to, one, get a massive boost out of doing a challenge, and two, be able to generate positive awareness and hopefully funds. I mean, I'm hoping on later ones to be able to engage with corporate, get corporate money. That's where, you know, if you get the right cause, if people can be eloquently explained about that cause, then there may be an avenue for being able to get corporate money with help with sponsorship with these. This is where a team is most definitely needed. But then this is where the trust and all that kind of stuff and people who know the business as well, who can work behind the scenes with trying to liaison with corporate, with businesses, maybe big and small, in order for everyone to get some out of it. You know what I mean? So this is so low key and small budget at the moment. It's just me set something up and put it online. But look, with the good faith and honor of people there and willingness to be able to help people and want to be helpful to people, you know. But what it can really do if it's set up properly. So I'm buzzing. I'm going to get going now because I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit. Thank you very much to all who's jumped on. Like I say, I'll be on Tuesday with Ian and with Donna. So we might touch this subject briefly, but I've spent all night talking about this. So we're going to hopefully get into more what Ian's going to talk about as well. And hopefully if Donna's with us as well, she can break down what she's been up to and any updates with the Ethan's journey to recovery. So yes. So guys, mate, if you want to email me, it's redpillphil@aol.co.uk. That is redpillphil@aol.co.uk. Nice one. I shall check my emails. And if anyone ever wants to get in touch with me, you know, I can't guarantee when I'll get in touch, but I do go through me emails every now and then. I do get a lot of shit, so I try and stay away from it. But if you ever want to get in touch, That's how you do it. redpillphil@aol.co.uk. Thank you very much, guys. So yeah, thank you for your time. I'll be here on Tuesday talking with Ian and hopefully Donna as well. It's been great to be in your company. I bless you. A brilliant evening. Hopefully it stopped raining now. It's been pissing down in Manchester all day today. She's not great, but at least they're not working. So boom, boom. So I hope you have a pleasant week next week with the getting back to work and getting our heads back into all that. You take care, guys, and I'll be back on Tuesday. See you later. Even the pissing eight.
I love you. 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 I love you.
Even the pissing haters.
I love you. 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 I love you.